Hello and welcome to today's social studies lesson. So first of all, guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our laps, and close our eyes. And when you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. Excellent. And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up, push in our chairs. And we'll begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then let's go down low. Touch our toes. Now, let's stretch back up high again. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave. And then back down to touch our toes one more time. Excellent, guys. Now have a shake. Arms and legs, shake it out. Shake it out. Brilliant. And now we'll do 5 stretches to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. And now we can do 5 stretches to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Now let's stand up straight. Arms out. Arms up. Arms down. Arms out. To our sides. Back in. 1 up, 1 down. Swap. Swap. Swap, 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 stop. Excellent, guys. And to finish, we'll do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brilliant. Have a seat. So welcome to today's social studies lesson. And first of all, we'll recap what we did in the previous lesson. Now, in the previous lesson, guys, we learned what it needs to do to be good members of society. Now, does anybody remember the term we give to good members of society? Good citizens. Excellent. Well done. Well remembered. A citizen is a member of a society, such as a village, a city, or even a country. If you are a member of a society, you can also be known as a citizen. So let's write that phrase on the boards again. First of all, good. O-O-D. And then citizen, C-I-T-I-Z-E-N. Now, remembering back to the previous lesson, we learned about some examples of being a good citizen and also being a bad citizen. Now, we want to forget how to be a bad citizen, but can anybody remember some of the things we need to do if we want to be good citizens? Learning. Excellent answer, especially considering where we are now. Where are we now? At school. So what do we do at school to be good? Learning, exactly. Very good answer. So learning, L. Just find a pen that works. L-E-A-R-N-I-N-G. Learning. Very good answer, particularly when you take into account we are at school. The main thing for school to do is to help people to learn. The way that people can be good citizens is by learning. Now, any other answers, guys? Helping. Yes, helping is also very important. E-L-P-I-N-G. Now, helping we can do anywhere. We can do it at home, we can do it at school, or if we're out shopping or in the community. Helping is something we can do all the time to be a good citizen. So far, guys, learning, helping. Any other examples? Again, sorry? Caring, yes. Caring is a very good one. Caring, C-A-R-I-N-G. Caring. Now, we all have friends and we all have family. What do we do if our friends or our family are not well? We'll care for them. And if they're feeling sad or upset, we'll show that we care. So one of the main ways that we can be a good citizen in our communities, caring. Caring is very important amongst friends and family. We need to care for each other. So we've got 3 good answers so far. Any others? Respecting. Respecting is very important. How do we spell respecting, guys? E-S-P-E-C-T-I-N-G. Respecting. Showing respect is very important with everybody, whether they are older or younger than us, richer or poorer. We should show respect to our teachers, but at the same time, our students should show respect to each other. That is one of the main ways we can be a good citizen. So we've got 4 great examples there, guys. Let's practice speaking them one more time. Learning, helping, caring, respecting. These are all examples of how we can be a good citizen. Now, thinking of one more. Remember in the last lesson when we talked about litter? Is it good to just drop litter on the floor? No. What we need to do with litter, we need to put it into bins. When we're finished drinking from a can or a bottle, we need to put it in its right place. And this is what we call, ready guys? Protecting the environment. P-R-O-T-E-C-T-I-N-G. Protecting. Protecting means taking care of. It's similar to caring, but we don't really say care for the environment. We say protecting the environment. V-I-R-O-N-M-E-N-T. Now, what do we mean by environment? What does the environment mean to you? The environment is the place around us. Where are we now? at school. So now our environment is a school environment. But when you go home, you'll be in your home environment. And if you're outside, you're in the wider environment. But we should always do things that protect the environment, such as taking care of and collecting litter. Okay, guys? So these are all good ways to be a good citizen. So one more time, learning, helping, caring, respecting, and in protecting the environment. Excellent, well done. That was very well remembered, guys. And what we're going to move on to look at today is we're still going to be citizens. Whatever we do, we're always a citizen. But now we're going to look at two different types of citizens. We're going to look at leaders. Leaders, let's write that word first. L-E-A-D-E-R-S. Leaders are the people who lead. And then behind the people who lead, we have more people called followers. Yes, so today we're going to look at these two types of people. Thank you. We have leaders and followers. Yes, and now we'll have a think for a moment. What does it mean to be a leader? In this classroom now, let's think about our classroom. Who is the leader? Teacher, yes. I am leading the classroom now. I am taking the lesson. So in our environment, in the classroom, a leader could be teacher, yes. But how about followers? Who are the followers in our classroom now? If teacher is the leader, the followers are students, yes. S-T-U-D-E-N-T-S. Leaders include teacher. Followers include students. Okay, now think about when you go home. When you go home, who is the leader of your home? Family, like mom, or grandma, or dad, or grandpa. So leaders at home, mom, or dad. And then, when we go home, what do you think you guys are? You're not the students anymore. What are you when you're at home? People. What little people are called? Not bigger than babies. Child or children. So when we're at home, the followers are the children. So you see, we have our two categories, leaders and followers. And depending on the environment, it shows the different types of leaders and followers that we can have. And there are three things that we always need to do, whether we're a leader or a follower. The first thing that we need to look at, guys, how to act. How should leaders act? How should followers act? Or, as well as acting, we also need to know how to think. Think. Leaders and followers need to think in different ways. One needs to think how to lead, another needs to think how to follow. Two different roles require two different ways of thinking. And there's one more thing that we need to think about. I just heard it then. Prel, what did you say? Talk. Act, think, and talk. Or, when we talk about talking, say. And also, listen. Yes, listen is another good one. So, final time before we move on, our two types of people today, leaders and followers. Examples of leaders, teacher. Mom. Dad, or grandmom, granddad, auntie, Uncle. Whoever's at our home who takes care of us and is older are our leaders. And then, when we're at school, the followers are students. And when you go home, you're not students anymore, you are child or children. And we're going to focus on the 3 ways that we need to behave: act, think, and talk. So the focus of today's lesson, how to be a good leader and how to be a good follower. So that was excellent, guys. Very well done. And what we've got now, we've got a PowerPoint presentation for our students to observe and listen to see what it takes and how they can be a good leader and a good follower. So let's turn to look at the TV screen, guys. So let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation, conducting ourselves as good leaders and good followers. Yes. So let's take a look at the diagram here. First of all, we see a figure in red. How many figures in red? 1. So do we think this is the leader or the follower? Leader, yes. The leader will always be less in numbers than the followers. Usually only 1. But there can be 2 or 3 leaders depending on how many followers. And you can see here the leader has a stick. He is telling the followers what to do. And the figures in blue, what do we think the figures in blue are? Leaders? No. This is the followers. So the figures in blue are the followers. And you can see there's always more followers than leaders. How many leaders?
1.
How many followers?
4.
4. There's more than 4. Yes, there's lots. You can see there's rows of followers. A leader is someone who leads others in performing certain actions. Yes, depending on the environment and the situation, the leader will have to perform certain duties, and they have to show the followers what to do. So here you can see our figure in red. He is leading. Who is this? The leader. And who are the figures in white? Not the leaders. Followers, yes. How many leaders? 1. How many followers? 4. And you will notice, can you see the footprints of the leader? You see the red footprints. This shows that the followers are following the leader. What the leader does, the followers must do. What the leader says, the followers must do. A leader must have good qualities. Yes, to be a leader, you must have good qualities. And listen to the opinions of others too. Very important. Just because you're the leader or the boss, it doesn't mean that you don't respect other people's opinions. You need to listen to what everybody has to say. If your followers have a problem, you need to listen. For example, in this classroom, I am the teacher. I am the leader. You are the followers, you are the students. But if my students have a problem, I need to listen. I need to listen to you guys, to what you have to say. So we have the phrase, good leaders listen to people. Yes, good leaders are often good listeners. A follower is someone who listens to their leader and does as they say. Yes, in this picture, it's a good way of showing the relationship between leader and followers. What animals can you see in the picture? ducks. How many?
9, 10,
10. How many leaders?
1,
1. How many followers? 9. What do you think this duck is, leader or follower? Leader. This is the mother duck, and she is leading all of her chicks. They are the followers, yes. The mother duck is leading, and the followers are listening or following their leader. And that's the way to be a good follower. In this classroom, we could say a class monitor is an example of a leader of the students in the classroom. Yes, for example, in a classroom full of students, there might be one student who is given a task as class monitor. And it's their job to liaise with the teacher and make sure that all the classroom jobs that the students have to do get done. That's an example of a student leader. And then thinking higher up, the principal or school director is the leader of the school. Okay? So, in our school, what do we have? We have teachers, but higher than the teacher, we have headmaster. Yes, the principal or school director is sometimes known as the headmaster, and they are the leader of the school. The teacher is the leader in the classroom, but the headmaster is above the teachers. They are the leaders of the school. So the teachers have to follow the headmaster. And then thinking about bigger places like the city mayor is the leader of the city. Yes, like you can see this person in the picture. He's the mayor. He's responsible for everything that happens in the city, such as the police, fire department, ambulance. The city mayor is responsible for everything. He's the leader of the city. And then, more local, like where we live here in Ban Ba Sang, the village leader is an example of a leader in the local community. Yes, where we live here in Chiang Rai, there are lots of different villages. And those villages all have their own leader. And that leader is the village leader. If the people who live in the village have a problem, they go to see the village leader. Then he will help to fix the problem. So here we have some good leader rules. Set goals and make plans. Yes, we always need to know what we're doing, and the leader's job is to have the plan. Fulfill the needs of followers. Yes, if the followers need anything, it's the leader's job to make sure they get what they need. And that also consider the opinions of followers. Like we said earlier, the job of a good leader is to listen to their followers, organize and give tasks to followers. Yes, if any jobs need to be done, if there's any tasks to be completed, it's the job of the leader to give them tasks to the followers. And then check the quality of work done by followers. Yes, to make sure that the jobs or the tasks that the followers do, it's the leader's job to make sure they work. And then solve any problems that followers have. And finally, guide followers in making decisions. Yes, sometimes the followers have to think for themselves. They can't always ask the leader for answers. But what the leader can do is help the followers to make the decision. And then we have good follower rules. And the most important, follow all rules and regulations. Yes, for example, here you are at school. You are the students, so you are the followers. You need to follow the rules and regulations of the school. Perform tasks to the best of your ability. Yes. When you're giving jobs to do or homework by your teachers, you need to do them as well as you can. That's one of the duties of a student. Cooperate with other followers to finish tasks. Yes, for example, as students, you can sometimes work together. So that means working together with other followers. And you can cooperate to finish the tasks well. And also cooperate with the leader in solving problems. Yes, in any of the environments in which you live, if there are problems, you can help the leader to fix them. And finally, respect all decisions made by the leader. Yes, that's why they're the leader. So if the leader makes a decision, all of the followers have to respect the things that they have to do. Any questions, guys? Okay, that was very good. Well done. Hello, and welcome back to today's lesson. So we hope you enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation to see how we can be good leaders and good followers. And pretty soon we're going to do an exercise to demonstrate our knowledge. But first of all, guys, it's time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And for this sequence, we'll do some rotations. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And now we'll take our right hand and touch our left foot. And then left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. And then final couple now. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Excellent, guys. Now have a shake. Shake it out. Arms and legs. Shake it out. And to finish, we're going to do 5 jumps straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Now have a seat. So now, in preparation for our worksheet activity, we're going to have our students concentrate on the role of leader. Because they spend all their lives as followers, they're students and followers at school. They're children and followers at home. So what we're going to do now is concentrate on the role of leader. So first of all, guys, let's write the title, Good Leader. G-O-O-D. And leader, L-E-A-D-E-R-S. Good leaders. And to be a good leader or good leaders, there are 3 main ways we have to think about how to behave. The first is things that we do and how we act. The second way is how we talk and the things that we say. Yes. And the final is the way our minds works, the way our brain will make us think. Okay. T-H-I-N-K. Think. So we have three categories of good leaders. We have act, say, and think. Now, who can give me some examples of how they think a good leader should act? What should a good leader do? What are the things that a good leader will do? Help. Excellent. Excellent answer. A good leader should always help. Another way, should a good leader listen? Should a good leader listen to its followers or his followers? Yes. So there are a couple of examples of how a good leader should act. Now, thinking about what a good leader should say. What should a good leader say? Learn. A good leader could say learn, but should a good leader be angry? Should a good leader shout? Or should a good leader give praise? You know, say, well done, job well done. A good leader should always say things that will praise. Yes. And also, when things are not going well, sometimes the followers will be feeling down. And we have to care for them. And the way that we can care for them, encourage. Sometimes the things we say as leaders need to encourage. E-N-C-O-U-R-A-G-E. So a good leader should praise. And a good leader should encourage. Now, thinking about how a good leader should think. If you were a leader, how would you think? Would you think about bad things or would you think about good things? Good things, exactly. So a good leader should think positive. To think about good things is to think positive. P-O-S-I-T-I-V-E. Positive. Yes. And the role of a leader is to have a plan. For example, today, I'm the leader of the classroom. I need to know what lessons to teach and what worksheets, PowerPoints to use. So should the good leader always think of a plan? A leader should always think of a plan. So P-L-A-N. And these are some examples of how good leaders should be. So final time, guys, act, help, listen. There are others too. These are just some examples to give our students some ideas. And what to say, we should praise and encourage. Yes, and finally, when we're looking at good leaders, how they should think positive and also plan. It's the role of the leader to plan for the future, to know what everybody has to do. So a leader should always be thinking about planning. That was excellent, guys. Some great answers. Well done. And now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. So teachers, you'll need to make sure that there's a worksheet for all of the students in your class. And as you can see, our worksheet today asks our students to think about how leaders should act, say, and listen. Similar to the board exercise we've just done there, to provide some examples, our students now have to think about what our leaders should do themselves. And if they can't think too much, they can use the examples that we have on the board, but encourage our students to think independently and also to provide their own answers. So have a think, guys. How should a good leader act, as well as helping and listening? Is there anything else we should do? And as for a good leader, what should they say? And also, how should they think? So give our students around 15 minutes for this activity. And if they finish in time and they'd like to, they can colour too. But what's the first thing we need to do? Write our names on top. So let's try to come up with 2 or 3 examples of each. Act, say, and think. And teachers, monitor the class. If our students need any help with grammar or vocabulary, help them. That's what you're there for as a leader. So Chu, this one's for you. You're welcome. Pat, for you. You're welcome. Nadia, for you. You're welcome. Net, for you. Blackout, for you. Sorry. Prayer, for you. Bangbon, for you. And this one for Dan. Okay, so guys, we have our 3 ways. Thinking back to the PowerPoint presentation and all that we've discussed, think about if you were a leader. How would you act? Now, we have some examples here. A good leader should always help. A good leader should always listen. But have a think about any other examples. If you're stuck, you can use the examples we have, but try to come up with one of your own. Okay, yes. And then Bangpon, if you were a leader, how would you act? Anything else you would do? You would help, you would listen. How about something else? Okay. Perfect answer. Yes. Act. Well, actually, when we talk about talk, Pakbung, say. So you would say, talk with students in your say column. Excellent answer, but use it in this column here, because say is the same as talk. Act. So Nadia, if you were a teacher, how would you act? You would help, listen. Anything else? Have a think. So you can say, or talk. Talk was a good, you can use talk too. Talk with students. So I'll write here for you, because it's an excellent answer, Pak Bung. You can talk. And if you're talking about being a teacher as a leader, talk with students. Because your students will be your followers. So as the leader, you can talk with them. And that's a great answer. Well done, Prel. Excellent, Pat. Well done, Nadia. Well done, Bangkon. So how about think? If you are a leader, what would you think? You would think positive. You would want to think about good things. You need to plan. We need to think ahead as leaders. We need to plan for the future. And also, how about problems? Sometimes there will be problems. So, as a leader, you will need to think about problems. And more specifically, fix problems or solve problems. Many of our leaders in society, they have problems every day, and it's their job to fix them. And that's what we mean by solve problems. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity, where they had to think of the 3 main roles of a leader: how to act, how to say, and how to think. And our students here have come up with some good ideas. So let's practice speaking them one more time, guys. As for acting, helping. Helping. Listening. And teaching. Teaching was a good one, especially if the leader is a teacher. But we can also teach outside of school. So good leaders can also teach. And then, how to say, we can praise, encourage, and talk with students. Yes, sometimes we just need to talk to people, especially our followers, and that way we can make them feel better. And finally, how to think. We had positive, we have planning, and also if there are problems, we need to know how to solve problems, which means how to fix them. And these are some of the ways that we can be good leaders. So that was excellent, guys. Very well done. And that's all we've got time for today. So we hope you've enjoyed the lesson and now know a little bit more about the roles of being a good follower and also a good leader. And we'll see you again soon for the next lesson. So can we turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Bye-bye. See you again next time.